G'day ladies and gentlemen, just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on what's happening with the bikes. The Ninja's still in bits. I'm still waiting on the fairing to come back. I've got all the other bits I need to put it together. I have fitted a fair bit of the stuff that I needed to get back on there. But the guys who are fixing the fairing haven't even touched it yet. It's been about 6 weeks since I dropped the bloody thing. So dead keen to get back on that. Really quite looking forward to it. I will be riding it to Adelaide, leaving here on say the 8th or 9th of December. I have to be in Adelaide before the 12th. My son's got a graduation into the next phase of his training down at Duntroon. So I'll be doing that. If anyone wants to ride along, more than welcome. Also, big news is that Ducati yesterday announced all their 2018 lineup, which was a little bit exciting. They've got the new Ducati V4, everyone sort of knew that was coming. But it's called the Panigale V4 and the Panigale V4S, etc, etc. So you get, there's a special edition which was quite impressive specifications wise. It had an engine putting out 226 horsepower to the flywheel, which is big numbers for a sport bike. You know, there were lots of other special features. That was the big standout for me. The styling of it, I think this bike is a much better looking bike. This is the 2015 through 2017 sort of styling. So the rear end of it, you know, that cowl is quite nice. The brake light I really like on this bike. The headlights just perfect on this bike. The front end just looks beautiful. On the new Panigale, I don't really like the front end. It's not horrible, but I prefer this. And it's not just because I've got it, you know. It's the tail lights. I like the tail lights on this better than the weird sort of tail light they got on that one. And the cowl looks just massive. I'm not a big fan of it. I much prefer this. So I'm happy that it's a great technological advance over this thing with the V4, and you know, the sound it makes is just brilliant. But I'm happy that it's not more beautiful than this bike. But anyway, I haven't been doing much. I have been pretty quiet. I haven't been crook or anything. I kind of lost the drive for doing this stuff. I'm not quitting. It's just, you know, the diminishing returns. You put in so much effort into this shit, and then YouTube go and fuck everything up. So, you know, I had a couple of videos. Not that mine do, you know, stellar or anything like that. They don't, you know, do that great. But I've had a few where they've, like everyone else, they've been blocked for no fucking reason. And it just annihilates any of the views you get in the first, you know, or any of the earnings. Not that I make that much money off it anyway, but any of the earnings that you could possibly have made off that video, I'm only going to make off the first couple of days. And they fucking wipe it out for a week. So that kind of pissed me off with it all. So I haven't sort of been driven to do it. It does take a lot of time. I'm spending a fair bit of time doing this shit. But anyway, haven't been doing a lot of riding. It has been fairly wet lately. We're coming into summer. So the weather now is just about perfect, you know, like it's not too hot, not too cold. I did get up at about 4:30 the other morning and took the bike out and captured some sunset. So there's a little bit of a video there about the Panigale. But the main thing is the Ninja's still being repaired. I'm missing that bike. I really do enjoy riding it. It's so much easier to ride around town than this thing, and so much less likely to get in trouble, except for chucking wheelies. But well, the shit wheelies I do, you know, like this high off the ground. But anyway, that'll do for me. Yeah, so if you like, keep watching, and it's just a bit of a heads up on what I think of that bike. I don't think I've done that previously. What it's like to live with. But yeah, ride safe everybody, and please keep watching the video, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya. Good morning ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another awesome video. Just was going to
do a quick video on what my little machine is like to live with. I mean, if you haven't sort of come across my channel before, I've got a couple of bikes. I've got a Ninja 1000 and I've got this Ducati 1299 Panigale S, and I've had this bike for about 4 months. I've done about 3,000 Ks on it, and I have done a few rides with, you know, friends up and down sort of hills, and I have commuted on the bike for the last month or so, and the only reason for that is I dropped my bloody Ninja the other day. Sort of, I was looking to see where the traffic was coming from, and I ended up riding the gutter, and I just fell over about, I don't know, 30-40 Ks an hour and cracked the fairing. So I've had the fairing in getting repaired, but it's taken those guys forever to get to it, so that's why I'm getting around on this thing so much lately. And I don't particularly want to. I don't want to ruin the thing by just putting around on it, because it certainly isn't built for that. Anyway, I'll just do one of my quick little reviews. What's it like to live with? It's not a terrible bike to commute on every day. I mean, it's nowhere near as comfortable as the Ninja, but it's nowhere near as uncomfortable as you might think for such a beast of a motorcycle. The rough specs on it, dry weight is 166 kilos, horsepower at the flywheel is 205, real world weight is about 190 kilos with a full tank of juice and all the other stuff in it. And then power at the treads is probably 185 horsepower, something like that. What's that like to ride if you've never ridden a bike that's, you know, in that 200 horsepower bracket? Well, it's fast, and you need to recalibrate your brain. It is something else. Basically, everything happens a lot faster, and it sounds like, oh, duh, but even just putting around in traffic, because you twist that throttle a little bit, poof, off she goes. And yeah, you really have to, you know, like you're scanning the road looking for debris and potholes and all that shit. You're paying attention to what the other cars are doing, but all of that is happening so much faster. And even just riding at the same speed as the Ninja, it just seems to be so much more information that your brain has to process. So it takes a little while for your brain to really switch on and get used to it. So that's what it's like to ride. And the noise and the power, the thing just accelerates like nothing else. Like I sit at my house, and every now and then I hear these guys ride past on, I don't know what, I'm guessing 600s or something like that, and they're into it, right into third gear, and you know, and then they change it forward and go quiet. So if I was to do that on this, just to give you a bit of an idea, the top of third gear I think is 200, or very close to 200 Ks an hour. And to give you a bit more of an idea of the power of it, when I first got the bike, and the wheelie control was set on 5 out of 8, I think, 8 being the most restrictive, I was coming up this road, and I went and passed a car, and I just stayed into it and changed up into 4th, and I just hit the smallest little like bump in the road that just sort of popped the front, and the front lifted and stayed there at over 200 Ks an hour. And it wasn't the wind getting under the bike or anything, it was just the power of this thing. It was just launching. And so super powerful. Definitely the most powerful, quickest handling, hardest suspension, most precise bike I've ever ridden. Super impressive bit of kit. The things I really like about it is obviously the look and the sound and the power, but the headlights are really good. It's got LED headlights, and they just light up the road so well. And compared to the Ninja, like every bike should have a decent set of headlights like this thing. The dash on it is awesome. It's got a TFT display, so full color display. I haven't done any track days on it, but one of my friends is looking to do Queensland Raceway, which is about an hour and a half from here, and I'm more than likely going to go and do that as well. But I'll be one of those wankers with a really expensive bike in the slow group. I definitely won't be pushing this thing hard. Living with this thing has been a pleasure. It is a really good bike, but it is an Italian bike and it does have its little idiosyncrasies. The ergonomics, and I've talked about that before, they're not so fantastic. It's a bit of a stretch to get to the blinker, and then I sort of tend to have this habit of cancelling the blinkers when I go through or when I'm approaching an intersection, or anytime I turn a sharp corner. I generally just subconsciously hit that cancel blinker. But the problem on this bike is they put you into the mode selection, so you can go race, sport or wet. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because it takes about 15-20 seconds for it to come back to the normal display. So there's that. The kickstand is a real pain in the ass when you first get them, but I've worked out a technique now where I can get it. Is the quick shifter. I've never had a bike with quick shifter before, and this has got up and down. So good. I mean, the clutch on it's fairly heavy because it's hydraulic, but the quick shifter just makes it easy. The only time you touch a clutch is when you're taking off or coming to a complete halt. But if you're thinking about buying a super expensive but super beautiful and super powerful super bike, give one of these a look at. You won't be disappointed. It's just, everything's top-notch gear on it, and the thing is just a beast. Looks beautiful, but it's a little monster. But well, it's not actually a monster, it's a Panigale, but you know. But anyway, I guess I should say thanks for watching, and I know I've been a bit quiet lately, but I've just been busy with other shit. So I've wound it back a little bit, as you probably noticed, and I just do it as I feel it. And this morning I woke up early before the sun, and I thought, oh, I should go up to somewhere and get some sunrise time lapse. Also try and get a bit of a video done on the bike. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, just click that little like button. If you want to see more stuff, well, you know, tell your mates, get them to like my videos, come and watch them. That would be cool, because that'll give me a bit of an indication that, you know, maybe I should ramp it up again. But for now, I'm just going to do it as I feel it, and hopefully that's enough to not lose a whole heap of subscribers. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like it, give me a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you don't want to see more, I don't give a shit. Just go and watch something else. If you've got any questions on why I'm such a sulky, bitter old leave us a comment if you've got any questions on the bike, on my other bike, on anyone else's bike, or whatever. Leave us a comment and I always get back to you. Although lately I haven't even been looking at my channel, so if I haven't got back to you, I'll get back to you straight after this video. So anyway, ride safe everybody, and enjoy this riding season if you're in the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, suck shit, enjoy the cold, make sure you got a decent wood heater. Cheers people, see you next time.
Excellent.